The copper panel's form and color correspond to the nearby geological formations in the mountains.
We considered several different skins, and they came down to zinc and copper. Copper is one of the 5 C's in this state, and so we felt that it would best represent the architect's vision. He had presented what he thought the building should reflect. It's a building for Arizona. It's not just Phoenix or the University of Arizona. This is a building because kids from all over this state are going to be going to med school here. So that's the vision he wanted. And when he presented this, I think that I'd have to say there was excitement from day one. I mean, this is one of those that just reached out and grabbed people from the very beginning. So that's kind of how the idea evolved into the reality that you see out there right now.
The other thing that's regional, that's different about this building, was that this copper is a regional material. It happened to be relatively at its low point in terms of cost, so we could afford it. It was a local material. But we tried to get a building that kind of connected with the surrounding mountains. If you look, a lot of the views around here are of the mountains that surround Phoenix. And we wanted the color and the striations to relate to those mountains. And so, we did a lot of design investigations at the outset, and as I mentioned, originally we were looking at rusted steel, but that had its own problems. We wanted that kind of color, and we realized we could get that with copper because in this climate, it's not going to turn green, it's going to stay brown. And with these folds, we designed about 26 different panels that we did in different combinations and had we worked with the subcontractor, Kovac, to determine what was possible and feasible to make, but we made these different panels and then we arranged them in different ways so that you get these kind of striations in the building that kind of look like the striations in the canyons that you see around here, the kind of stone striations. That's basically the idea behind what the building looks like in the copper. I think as time goes on and the copper starts changing color and gets more variegated, it really will feel a bigger connection to the sort of surrounding mountains, and hopefully it'll become much more kind of apparent what we were trying to do.
The vision that Kovac had for the HSEB project was to come up with something that had never been done before, that could never be replicated again, and to accomplish the design intent and really bring that design to reality. So where did the copper come from in the first place? The copper on the HSEB project is 99% recycled material from U.S. copper mills. Very likely that copper was parts and pieces to computers, plumbing fixtures, wires, etc. That saw a life cycle for the last 30 years before it was recycled into copper that was shipped to Arizona and manufactured into the panels on the outside of the HSEB building.